brought you guys any new videos for a while, and well, since I actually just recently updated my SAO English deck, so I decided to post my new deck profile that includes Shinon, which is the meta build. I think it's a bit different from how I used to play, because back then you had a bit more power at level 1. Nowadays your level 1 is more of a setup, kind of how every deck is working nowadays anyways. So let's start. Level 0s, I run 4 copies of the Kirito runner, and well, it's a runner, so there's not much to talk about. What you do is you mill the top card. If it's an avatar or net, you get to run to another slot. It's a good card. It's the same thing as Sinful Gear. You just run. Good card. 2 Shinon Brainstorms. These are spammable, and also they also give the mid card, your center stage mid, 1000 power on enemy turns. So it's an okay card in the beginning, and also, I mean, like, it can surprise your opponent sometimes. Anyways, what you do is you brainstorm. For each climax you hit, you search your deck for 1 avatar net card, and then you discard one. It's not a plus brainstorm because it's a spammable one. It's still a good one because it goes through your deck. I like it, this kind of stuff. 4 copies of the Asuna Merry Life. Well, that's assist, very good assist. Oh, there's a Shinon version for it, but you need yellow in this deck anyways, so might as well use the yellow version. And yeah, she also gets 1000 power to something if you use a climax, any climax. 1 copy of Lisbeth, Professional Pride. This is a Suicider from the original set. Compared to the new Suicider, she's not as good, but sometimes the auxiliary could help you get over stuff, so that's why I run like 1 copy as a tech. 3 copies of the new Silica Suiciders. I think the Silica Suicider is so much better than the Lisbeth Suicider in every way. You play it, you check top deck. If it's avatar net, you add it to your hand, and then you can ditch a card. It's a hand fix, and it's a Suicider. That's not like, you can't ask for more. That's like the perfect card for a Suicider. 2 of the Silica Brainstorm. These are pluses, so you tap 2 character. This is just the most normal basic stuff that you use for plussing. 2 Silica Searchers. The reason I'm running so many red is because you need the color for color fixing. Because level 3 I do run red. It's a very normal, pay 1 ditch 1 search. 1 copy of 1-0 Kirito Choice to Fight. It's plus X power, so 500 for each avatar net character on field. If you have 4 cards when you play him, then that will make him plus 2500 because he includes himself. So that's a 7/5 with no assist, just a beater, 1 turn, and then he just dies after that. Typical. 3 copies of the Shinon Clock Encore. This is your stay power level 1, 500 for each other avatar net. So she has decent power. Full field she gets 6k base, and she has Clock Encore. 4 copies of Asuna Invites to Party. That's the main combo you use at level 1. Searches, pay 1, pay 1. Climax combo, pay 1, and then just search. And she has decent power. She's when you have 2 other characters, I believe. Number of your other character is 3. No, sorry, 3 or more, then she gets 1000. So she's a 1055 with the climax combo that searches. Perfect. 1 copy of Angry Shinon backup. When you use it, mill 3 card. It's mainly used for the mill 3. I think it's a good tech. Sometimes you need the mill 3 to avoid damage or whatever. And 2 copies of Vice Commander. Split counter, very basic, very good. You can use it and then give 1000 to something and then give 1000 to another character, or you can just use it on the same character. Very strong. This is my new version, the new version of Lightning Flash. She is a bit, she's a bit better because the effect happens on both turns. So what happens is Lightning Flash only gets the NT level 3 effect on your turn. because it's yellow. So she's a 2/1 8K, and then she gets 4K and 1 SAO if she's facing level 3 or higher. But the check 6 Shinon is a bit different. She is she plus 3,000 power, only 3,000, so brings her up to 10K against a 3K against a level 3. But she doesn't send the enemy to stock. She has 1 less SAO damage. You have to tap 2 characters and she'll gain 2,500 power. So even without facing a level 3, she can tap 2 in the back row and then she will become 9,500 beater. So she's decent, and the best part is if enemy want to attack her with a level 3, she's still 10k because that's her effect. It's permanent. It's not like Asuna where it only happens on your turn. 2/1 Lifa counter. This is also a very straightforward card. It's a good backup, only for 2,500. It's more for utility anyway, so it doesn't really matter. What she does is, when you use backup, you can check the top card of your deck, and then if it's Avatar Net, you can add it to your hand and you can ditch it. So basically, this is basically used for late game hand fixing, or for basically, let's say, well, usually your first refresh, if you're not brainstorming every turn, then your first refresh will probably be around level 2, and if you have any climax stock in your hand, you counter with this and then you can get rid of it and it will go into the refresh. It's green because it's a character counter, you don't have to worry about it. 1 copy of Strong Existence Shinon, 1,000 global to all your Avatar Net. Oh no, yeah, Avatar Net, and she changes to level 3 Shinon, which you're not supposed to I mean, yeah, she acts as a change if you need the change somehow, but if you don't need the change, she's okay on the field, you know, just give 1,000 to everything. This is the star. I might switch out the other Shinon for this Shinon, because this is like the better one. It's a 1,000 in front, not global, that's the main difference. However, you can tap her and then give one of your opponent's character this specific effect, which they cannot counter or use event backup. So they cannot back up and they cannot use event, which means they basically have, if your power overpowers them, they have no way of stopping you from killing their character. Yeah, not even if you use Kotori or whatever, because you know there's a Kotori counter, that's a level 1 event counter for Kotori, which she will run away, she'll go to memory, and then basically it's like a time machine counter, which doesn't happen because of this card. It's really good. 2 copies of Shilika's Bashful Troubled Look, level 3 Shilika from the second set? Yeah, second set. Basically what she is she's a beater. She's 9,500 base, 500 for each other Avatar Net character, which makes her a 11.5 base if you have you know, full field. And her main effect that you use is that when you play her, you can pay 1 extra on play to burn your opponent for 1. This meta is all about burning right now, so doing that burn could, you know, potentially win you the game or whatever. So it's just imagine just pay 3 and then burn 1 and then you get a beater, sort of. Yeah, this is the reason why I run so many reds in level 0, because I want to use this card. She's good. 3 copies of the Asuna's Commanding Strength, because I run a lot of yellow anyways. So healer, and also pay 1, ditch 1, give everything 500 power and 1 soul. It's good for soul control. Potentially you can make a character, you can make a losing situation into a potential win just by giving soul to everything, because that's very, very powerful, especially late game. But it's only if you know it's like a last ditch effort thing, because you have all burn in this deck, you don't have to resort to that. 4 copy of Last Shot Shinon. That's the level 3 Shinon. Really, not the trial deck one, but the booster pack one. She can be changed into, and basically on change or on play, she heals. So now the deck runs 7 healers because of that. What you can do is she climax combos with the book trigger. What you do is pay 2 and you ditch 1 on attack. You pay 2, ditch 1 with the climax. You burn your opponent for 3. If they don't take it, Shinon gets 3,500 power until the end of your opponent's turn. But if they do take it, well, congratulations, you're gonna kick their ass. And the other effect is if she gets reversed in battle, she is sent to memory, so you cannot reuse her. So that's in a sense it's good because it's compression, but yeah, it's kind of like Sayaka from Madoka. But Sayaka is really powerful. You really have to get rid of. So, and she heals too, right? That's why people like, you know, the Bushido made Sayaka that way. 4 copies of Phantom Bullet, which combos with a level 3. 4 copies of Star Splash, which combo with the level 1 Asuna. For the Star Splash, I run 2 of the Burn Trigger and 2 of the Wind. To be honest, it's just because it looks good. See, like, just look at it. Like, see, the Burn Trigger looks really. I really like the arrow for Burn Trigger. And then the Wind Trigger, you have the Trail Deck one and the non-Trail Deck one. So then you get like a bunch of artwork. That's the only reason. I mean, and also, you know, Burn Trigger could do something. You know, like potentially could end the game somehow. Or the Wind Trigger, even the Wind Trigger. You know, you can bounce on really problematic stuff if you need to. Markers, you can. Yeah, this deck is not scared of markers if you do trigger that Wind Trigger. You know, so. Yeah, that's my updated SAO deck. It changed from Kirito Asuna to Shinon Kirito Asuna deck. Oh, sorry, Shinon Asuna and Silica deck. If you just look at level 3s. So, yeah, the color is still the same as before, but I think currently this build is more stable. It's just a very stable level 1, which you kind of just try to get advantage and set up, and then your level 3 goes in and burn, and then hopefully you kill your opponent from the burns. Otherwise, you probably gonna lose the game. Unlike before, which your level 1 is a gigantic wall of 9k with like a bunch of like 3,500 counter where your opponent can't get over your stuff, and then you just go like, oh crap, we can't do anything to your level 1. Well. But then, and then like your level 3 is just not as good. Like this build, well, I mean nowadays your level 3 can be really good. Yeah. Well, that's about it. Well, thanks for watching this video, guys, and hopefully I will be updating some stuff soon again because Shining Resonance is coming out, and that's something I'll be getting.